So that leads us into like the bonus round, and
Yep.
I always say this is like my signature bonus question because I love asking this question because again I never know what you're going to say. If you could spend 24 hours with anyone, that person could be dead or alive, uninterrupted for those 24 hours, who would it be and why?
Hmm. So modern days, it's Richard Branson. Let's go hang on Necker and let's talk business and changing the world and how to fight carbon and climate crisis, and let's talk about space. And Richard Branson's just the man, and what he's done and what he's created and how he runs companies, and his vision of the world. And if it was a modern day entrepreneur, it'd be him. And if it was going, back in time, it's probably Da Vinci. And so here in Florence, and where his influence is everywhere. But that guy was the Renaissance man, quite literally, and um, the discipline he had in his studies
Hmm.
is incredible. When you look at his notebooks and you see how he studied the human body and mechanisms and different subjects and the granularity and all of it. That would be a very, very fascinating conversation and time to spend with that gentleman.
Very cool, very cool. I mean, Richard Branson, if I'm correct, I think he was knighted as well. So I want you to kind of talk about him being knighted in Italy a little bit right here, right? So like how did this
Yeah,
come to pass?
yeah. Branson's knighted in the monarchy in the UK, and so the Italian royal family ruled Italy for 1,000 years, the House of Savoy. And then in the after World War II, the Italian parliamentary democracy, republic was established, and the monarchy was abolished. But the Italian royal family stayed intact and kept on the tradition of knighting and daming. They just moved over the years from being a political house of power and influence into a philanthropic house of influence. And they now are a group of men and women from all over the world. They are the crown prince and the prince. They are the lines of the Emanuele di Savoia, and they support children's causes of chivalry all across the world, in Italy, in the United States, in Europe in general. And it is a society of knights and dames that are committed to giving back and carrying on the dynastic tradition of the House of Savoy. And so I was nominated through a friend of a friend in 2019, and then went through a pretty rigorous screening and diligence process with all of them, and met all of them. And it needs to be a fit kind of on both sides. And then in August of 2020, when the world's shut down, I get a notification that I was going to be honored with knighting. And so actually ceremony happens December of this year because it was all kind of postponed due to COVID. And it's crazy to think about, to be a part of that tradition. But the reason I accepted and wanted to do it is because of the commitment to the causes of helping kids all over the world, and to giving back and using the house's influence for social good, which is exactly what aligns with my core mission in life. And so in Italian, knight is called cavalieri, so it's cav. Cavalieri is the word for knight, and the ceremony happens December of this year, 2022.